Sometimes we need a little bit more time on our options contracts. In this video, I'm going to show you how to roll an options contract on Robinhood. But first, before we get in the video, if you like free stocks and haven't already, be sure to check out the Moomoo referral link down below in the description. Get up to 15 free stocks as well as an 8.1 APY on all your uninvested cash when you sign up using that link down below in the description. And now, without further ado, let's get to it. So to those of you that aren't aware, there is something that is called theta, which represents the value of time that dramatically wears down the value of your contract the closer it gets to expiration, which is exactly why you might want to roll an options contract. So right here, we're taking a look at some of the options contracts I'm holding. Some of them expire this week. Some of them expire months down the road. And the ones that expire this week, I might want to get more time on. Here, I want to actually go through a few options contracts just to kind of show you that data and show you how much of a difference it makes. So here, we're going to look at this $71 call on Palantir. All right, if we scroll down, look at it, this contract actually expires tomorrow. So looking at the contract, if we scroll down, look at it, scroll down to the Greeks. First, we can see the delta, which is, this is about how much we can expect the value of the contract to change as it loses or gains $1. So if it goes up $1, the contract's probably going to increase 41 cents or $41 in value if it moves up $1. If it moves down $1, it'll move down the same. So that's the delta. If we hop over and look at the theta, this is how much of the value of the contract we can expect the contract to lose from today to tomorrow, just if the stock stays at the same price. So right now, looking at Palantir is trading at $70.42. This time tomorrow, if it doesn't move, it's likely going to be 30 cents instead of 70. So just because the contract expires tomorrow, it's going to lose more than half of its value to that theta. Now, if we go on and we take a look at another week out and look at the same contract, the $71 call, $71 call, if we look, the delta is actually 47, so the delta is higher and the theta is lower. If we go out another week, same contract, delta is even higher, 49, theta is lower. Another week, delta 52, theta, the theta actually looks a little higher on this one than it was for the previous week, so maybe kind of the sweet spot for this strike price. Just in relation to where things are, might be 2-3 weeks out, something like that. So keep that in mind, just to show you that typically the theta has less of an effect with more time. Here we are looking at the end of February. Theta is actually 8, the delta is 54. So usually time is going to help you out more. So now when it comes to rolling a contract, say I want to go back to this Palantir contract. All right, I'm up on the contract. And one of the good things about being up on this contract is I can take these profits and roll it into a different position. So say I want to roll this somewhere else, I can hit trade, and you'll notice not only does it say sell or buy, I can also roll the position. So this is going to be how you roll. So Robinhood kind of educates you. Let's actually click on that. Just maybe they do a better explanation, but right here you can learn about rolling. Yada yada yada. Okay, I'll just explain it myself. But going on, pretty much you start at one position and you can see the position I have right now is they're giving me a 68-cent credit. So that 68 cents that the contract is currently worth can go into the next one. So if I don't want to pay more, I can either use this money to get a contract further out of the money, or I can use a little bit more of my cash and get the same contract or another contract with more time on it, but I have to pay a little bit more. So just to show you here, let's select a new position. All right, this is the contract I have. If I was rolling it, it's actually not 68 cents anymore, it's 62. But rolling it, taking a look at it, if I want to roll out a week, the same contract, this is what that would look like. So if I hit roll, I have a 68-cent credit from the contract I have, $1.87 debit from the price of the new contract, and you can see if I wanted to go through with this, I would have to put in an additional $1.26, which is why it can be kind of beneficial to do this before the last day, probably before the last week. Usually by the time you get to that last week, theta is pretty heavy. So Doing this sooner is better than doing this later for sure. But going on, if I wanted to do that, I could hit continue, and right here it's going to be like putting in an option order. Now I'm not going to do this for this video because I don't want to do this, but now let's go back and take a look. If I don't want to spend anything, I can also do that as well. So let's go back and let's pick a different one. So looking at the same Palantir contract, I can hit trade, roll position, select new position. Now if I want to go out 1 week, I can do that. All right, and I see I got 60 cents worth of credit. If I want a contract, if I don't want to pay anything, I got to go for one that's less than that price. All right, so if I don't want to pay anything, if I want to go out a week, say I thought Palantir was going to be at 80 by the end of next week, this could actually be a good deal. So I get an extra week of time and I don't have to pay any more. So like looking at this, say I choose this one, I hit roll. You see there is a 60-cent credit from the one I have, and there's a 54-cent debit for the one for next week. So overall, it looks like this is saying it would result in a 4-cent net credit, which is weird. The math is off. But let's go to continue and take a look. So the prices have changed a little bit, so it's actually a little bit different now. It looked like I should have been able to get paid $4, but that's not necessarily the case anymore. So just for the sake of this video, I'll actually go through and do it. Here I'm going to hit review. I'm going to hit swipe up and submit. And whenever this gets filled, it gets filled. If I want the odds of it being filled to be higher, yeah, I can raise what I bid to get this filled faster. I'm just going to cancel the order. I'm going to back out. It's dropping in while I'm editing. Notice I made a mistake. I wanted to update y'all real quick. All right, so notice right here, it says estimated minimum credit. All right, so in the video, I said it looks like I'm going to have to pay $4.92 more. But in this situation, normally it says debit right here. Whenever it says debit, that is money you're going to have to pay. But whenever it's a credit, that is money that is going to go back to your account. So if this goes through, if I hit review and the limit price is 5 and this goes through, I will get $4.92 credited back to my account. I then go on to say that if I want the order to be filled faster, move the price higher to the ask. In this instance, since we're receiving a credit, if we want the order to be filled faster and we want to make sure we get the contract actually rolled, the closer to the bid, since we are receiving a credit, the more likely and the faster it's going to get filled. If this was debit, the closer to the ask, but since this is a credit, it's going to be the closer to the bid, the faster your order is going to get filled. My camera's about to die right now, so in a nutshell, that is how you roll an options position. If you enjoyed the video and learned anything, be sure to smash the like button. If you haven't already, be sure to take advantage of the Moomoo link down below in the description. And if for some reason you made it this far and haven't already, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon so that you don't miss any future content. And last, but certainly not least, thank you so much for watching. Matthew Manuel signing off, and I want to change your life.